Thanks for joining us today, and today we're in the kitchen making an all-time classic refrigerator staple, barbecue sauce. So hit the subscribe button, kick back and enjoy the video. Alright, so today on the counter we have tomato ketchup, which is pretty much the staple and home base of making barbecue sauce. We also have mustard. You can use refrigerated mustard, or you can just use dry mustard powder, which is what we're going to be doing today. We have ground cumin, celery salt, which isn't completely necessary, but I love celery salt and put it in almost everything. We have cinnamon, bay leaves, coriander, paprika, ancho chili pepper powder. Typically I would use regular chili powder, but we happen to have ancho out today, so we're going to go with that. We have Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce, which is the absolute best. We have a local hot sauce here, and we're not going to be using a whole lot of this because it is so incredibly spicy that we don't need much at all. And Coca-Cola. On the back section here we have a little bit of fresh onion and some fresh peppers. These are kind of a milder, slightly spicy pepper, but not too crazy. We have a head of garlic and a little bit of brown sugar. A lot of these spices you can change out with many other things that you choose, and you don't even need all of these, just whatever you like really. And these are going to be the basis of what we're going to be doing today, because they're going to achieve the different flavor profiles that we're looking for. We need cumin for a little bit of smoky, cinnamon to kind of round it out, coriander, because pretty much everything I put cumin in, I put coriander with it, paprika, just to give it a little bit of depth, and the ancho chili powder to give it a little bit of depth to the flavor and a little bit of spice. Worcestershire really rounds out barbecue sauce as well and gives it a lot of just background depth flavor. Coca-Cola for some added sweetness. The onion, the peppers and garlic we're going to put in the blender here, and we're going to blend those together and saute those down to start. Peppers, garlic, and onion put together in the pot now. They've all just came out of the blender. I just bumped them in the blender. I did not puree them. And we're going to put just a little bit of blended oil in there with them. We're going to let them cook down until translucent. Peppers and garlic are starting to get a little bit of translucent, starting to really wake up. You can smell them quite well. So we're going to add about 6 ounces of Coke to that. We're going to go ahead now and crank the heat up a little bit. We were on like medium-low heat. We're going to go on up to medium. We're going to let this cook down for a little while and reduce a lot of the liquid out of it, and then we'll come back to it. Alright, now that as you can tell, a lot of the moisture's gone down to just sticky liquid, and I'm going to go ahead and add in about 2 cups of ketchup here. And as you can see, with it getting a lot thicker, we need to go to lower heat, because the thicker something is, obviously the more likely it is to burn on the bottom or scorch. So we're just going to turn it down right now, and we can go ahead and get some of the spice in here. I'm not really going to measure most of this stuff, but get like a rough estimate right there. We're going to go with a good about 1.5 tablespoons of dry mustard powder, keeping in mind that we can always add more of this stuff later. We're going to go with about 1 teaspoon of cumin, about 1 teaspoon of coriander. I'm going to go with about 1 tablespoon of celery salt, just a dash of cinnamon, just a light dash of bay leaf. We want quite a bit of paprika, so we're going to go probably 1 tablespoon. And as you can see in the back there, it's starting to bubble up pretty hard. That's another good sign that it's getting thick because of the ketchup. We're going to put 1 tablespoon of chili powder in there. The Worcestershire is what's really going to bring it to life, so we're going to add 2 tablespoons of that. I like it quite well. A light dash of hot sauce. We can always add more if we decide to, but for now we're only going to add a splash. And then brown sugar. This is light brown sugar, just because it's what they produce locally. But we're going to put 2 ounces in there. And now we're just going to give it a good stir. We're going to pull it all together. And I had the spatula here, but we should really be using a whisk so that we can break up all the clumps of the spices and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of beat it together here. Now you can see it's got that dark, and so as opposed to being like bright red like ketchup, it's got that dark nature like barbecue sauce. So we're going to take a look here. You can see it's thick, it's dark, and now we just need some time. So we're going to go back and turn it down to low simmer heat, and we're going to let it ride. So now that it's been sitting here for like an hour or so, we're just keeping it whisking. You notice it's nice and thick now. So we're going to go ahead and turn it off, and we're going to strain it. We're going to dump it right through the strainer that we have in place. This is going to keep all of the pieces of pepper and things like that aside, so that it's nice and smooth. Now that the sauce is done, strained, and cooled down a little bit, you can put it in whatever you choose to store it. Well, that pretty much wraps us up for the how to make barbecue sauce video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment below and let me know what tasty things you put your barbecue sauce on. Have a good day.